Welcome to episode 272 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. I'm Ryan Walton, and as always, I'm joined by Dan Reamer.
Happy Easter / April Fool's Day.
Yeah, those are one and the same this year, and we're recording on both.
Yes, we are recording on both.
Because they're one and the same.
It's weird having April Fool's Day on Easter.
It's definitely going to bring out the assholes today.
Because what if it was like when the whole reason for Easter came around, it was April Fool's Day on Easter?
Mm-hmm.
Like Jesus popped out of the grave. Ha! April Fool's Day. I'm not dead.
Right. Maybe that's where it came from. That's how it all started. This is full circle. I just feel like you're going to get a lot of people who are hiding like empty eggs and
yeah. Or
you're going to get April Fools.
Or some.
You're going to get a lot of that.
Yeah. Some kids will get some eggs on their Easter egg hunt, and they'll have, like, I don't know, mini bar shots in them.
Yeah. Or they'll paint the raw eggs. I've seen that move before, too.
Oh, yes.
Where they don't hard boil them.
Yes. You should be able to feel the difference, though.
Yeah, but you're a kid. You're dumb.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And there's adults that are dumb, too. They wouldn't get it.
Yeah, it's true, too. Yeah, dumb is not restricted by age.
They just be like, ooh, oh, this is gross. What happened? Yeah.
Now, I'm not a fan of April Fools.
Yeah,
I like the ads, like some of the fake products that some people do. I think are fun.
Yeah.
Some of the fake game stuff makes me laugh for like 2 seconds, and then I'm like, hey, how about we put our time towards something
real
that helps me out? Yeah.
Right.
But I don't like the people who go full balls deep April Fools.
Yeah. Then some people tend to overdo it a little bit. It's
with anything, and April Fools is something you don't need to overdo because it's obnoxious.
And it's like, okay, bro, it's too soon. It's Yeah.
Especially if work lines up with. I will say my current job not as bad, but I've worked jobs in the past where April Fools is like a free pass for everybody in the office to be an asshole.
Oh yeah, that's never happened to me.
Spend all day trying to trick you.
That's never happened to me.
I'm like, I don't have time for this.
I have work to do.
I don't have time for this like bullshit.
I have a paycheck to earn.
If I was an angry person, I would screw up April Fool's Day because I would lose it on somebody. And then we'd get a memo that said no more April Fool's stunts because Ron lost his shit.
It's a good thing you're not an angry person then.
Right. I just leave. Like, I'll just go do something else because I can't be around you now.
See, and some people don't understand April Fools, and I feel like I would be one of those people. Because some of like April Fools joke me, and they'd be like, haha, April Fools. I'd like punch them in the face and be like, haha, April Fools.
Right.
Just joking.
That's what I'm saying. If I was an angry person, I would escalate it to the point where
right?
HR would have to be involved.
Like, no, April Fools. I was just joking.
I was just kidding. He's fine. Mostly. Tell him to quit being a baby.
Because that's just shit you pulled when you were a kid. When, like, you punch your friend and they go and tell it, what'd you punch Benny for? Well, I was just joking.
Or like, so April Fool's reminds me of St. Patrick's Day in that as an adult, in my 30s, I don't need another adult to walk up to me and go, where's your green?
Yeah, St. Patrick's Day.
Get out of my face.
That doesn't really happen to me much. It's mostly, I mostly get why aren't you drunk is how it happens around.
Right. Well, I still get the where's your green at? And it's unacceptable. Like if you're one of those adults listening to this podcast and you go around asking other adults where their green is on a day that doesn't fucking matter, you got to stop.
Just tell them it's your moldy butt cheese.
Yeah. Probably don't say that.
No, you can say that. It'll shut them up. They won't ask again.
I think the older I get, the more bothered by holidays I become.
Like all holidays?
Yeah. I got some bah humbug going a little bit.
That's fair.
Because people act like idiots. Like, yesterday you could not leave the house. All the roads were fucking jammed up because people were all going out and getting Easter stuff to cook, and you got to buy your kids Easter gifts, and you got to buy your spouses Easter. Like, there's all this shit going on.
Yeah.
Where people have created, like, mini Christmas out of every holiday.
Yep, that is what happened. That's why Thanksgiving is my favorite, because it's still literally just about getting together with your family and eating.
Yeah, but it's like one of the only ones left. Like, kids get St. Patrick's Day gifts now.
They do.
Yeah, because one asshole at school does it, then everyone has to do it because they don't want to be a bad parent. But you're right. Thanksgiving's one of the few that has yet to be tainted.
Normally,
there's not many.
Normally Easter is too, but it falls on April Fool's Day this year. So,
well, see, we always got like Easter baskets growing up.
Oh yeah, I suppose.
But now here's the difference, and I think maybe we even talked about this. But after 5 years of podcasts, you're going to hear it again. Easter baskets were about super shitty toys back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
The ball with the fucking rubber ball on the end on the paddle.
Yep.
And then it breaks and flies across the kitchen, and you get in trouble for it. Yeah, I love that thing.
Or it had the another big one, because it's spring. Another big one was the. It almost looked like a big ice cream scoop that a ball in it that you could throw and catch with. Mm-hmm. Remember those?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the wood thing with the wood ball that you try to flip up and catch on top.
Oh yeah.
Which is now like a whole deal. That's like a sport now.
Yep.
Not a sport back then, just a shitty toy.
And then some chocolate and then some candy, and that was about it.
I would get the one that was like pre-made by someone at the store. Like, my parents didn't even like assemble things in a basket. They just picked up a basket.
Oh wow, no, my parents at least did that.
Had like bubbles in it and fucking candy and one of those shitty toys. Not all of them. One of them, like a pair of the plastic sunglasses.
Yeah, I didn't have all of them either, but my mom.
It was about bad toys and shitty candy.
Yeah.
And getting together with your cousins and hunting eggs, and there was always an egg with a $20 bill in it, and that's all anybody cared about.
Yep, didn't care.
Fuck the Tootsie Rolls and Smarties. I'm after that 20.
Yeah, that my family used to do the. There would be like, $10 or $20, whatever it was. But then there would be other ones scattered that just had dollars in them, and some had like 50 cents.
He would put like $half in them. My grandfather always did that. He put like $half in a couple of them. Yeah. But that one always had like a 10 or 20 in it. That was the one you were after.
Oh yeah, always. Because
and it's deceiving because it's light, and it is, it could have a sweet tarts in there, or it could be a 20.
Right. And the thing is when you're like 6,
that's a ton of money.
If you get that 20 spot, man, you're retiring.
That's so much money.
You don't even have to work.
Yeah, I'll buy everything I've ever wanted. So yeah, I just feel like Easter has changed a lot.
Yeah,
and I feel like a bitter old man when I talk about it.
You are a bitter old man, so that's fine.
I don't mean to be, but that's where my mind goes now. As I'm like, I feel like an old man. Everything's commercialized, and this is all for the fucking candy companies. Like, that's how I feel.
I don't look at it. I mean, you're right, but I guess I don't get that far into it. It's just Easter, okay?
And then holidays, you have to run around everywhere, and you don't.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that part.
I value my time at home.
I'm kind of with you on that.
So I'm like, good, let me inconvenience myself by doing something I already don't want to do.
Yep.
Let me run around all day long so I can come home with 20 minutes left of my there needs to be a culture shift in our country, our culture, our society, whatever, where it is okay to eat and run.
Like, I show up, I eat the food that you made, and then I go back home.
Right, because you got a life to live. But if you do, you're a dickhead.
Right. Exactly. Because it's Easter. It's Thanksgiving.
Yeah. It's about family time.
Right.
No, it's not being about that a long time ago. Don't pull that shit on me. Don't do that.
Right. It's all commercial for the candy companies.
Yeah. Right.
You're that guy.
Here's the thing. It's only family time when someone is trying to get onto you for not doing the thing they want you to do.
That doesn't happen to me.
It's only family time when somebody's like trying to eat and run.
But I'm pretty lucky because most of my family has made some poor enough decisions that they really don't have any room to talk to me about any decisions I've made.
Yeah. Like, I mentioned that I didn't know if I was going to go to my family's gathering.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, well, everybody was really looking forward to seeing you. No, they weren't. Literally no one was like, man, I hope Ryan shows up because I haven't seen him every year for his entire life.
Right. They were really just hoping. That was just whoever was trying to guilt you into it.
And it kind of worked.
Because you're going, right?
Yeah, because I don't want to be the guy that doesn't show.
Yeah,
I don't give a damn about family.
I don't get guilted into things. No, okay.
I'm going to eat and run.
Okay. Those two do not have to. There is a separate causality there. Just because I don't want to go to that doesn't mean I don't care about family. So
doesn't mean I'm trying to change my last name and leave the family.
Right. So fuck off, Aunt June. Okay.
I'm going, but I'm eating and running. I'll let you know how it goes. I'm not staying.
Yeah, fine. Let me know.
I'm going to go, shake a few hands, tell everybody works great because that's the only question anyone ever asks me because they don't know me on a personal level.
That's kind of...
Even though I'll disappoint them if I don't show.
That's kind of the good thing about some holidays where if you make a consistent effort every year to pack them as full as possible, we got to go here, I got to go here. Over time, you can take one away, but they've already become accustomed. See, it's like Pavlov's dog with the bell and the treats. They already become accustomed to you having all this stuff to do, so you don't have to stay long. Like
Dan's got 20 places to go, so he won't be here long. Yeah, that is what happens. The problem is everyone can't do that. Some people have to stay.
There's always someone who doesn't.
I don't want to be that person that doesn't show for. Like, I love my family. Don't get me wrong. Like, I have a really good family. I just don't want to
be around them all the time. I get it.
I'm only around them like 3 times a year, so that's not even a good enough excuse.
And that's even too much. No, I understand.
But my thought is, if I don't do that, what can I replace it with? Lots of things I like.
Right.
Lots of things I like.
No, family is hanging out with your family like that is very much a have to and not very usually a want to.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to go. But I'm going to eat and run.
Good for you. You do you?
That's right. If there's anything we've taught you over the last 5 years, is that you do you. I'm about to get in. I'm going to give a little sales pitch for this show, and then I've got a sad story.
Oh no!
That I'm going to tell.
I thought you having to go hang out with your family all day was the sad story.
This is a much more sad story. If this is your first time here, welcome. This is the official Gamestitch Podcast. We post every Monday, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time on podcast services around the world. And we're available on Dash Radio. So check us out there if you have that option. I think GM vehicles come with it installed?
Yes, as of 2018, I believe.
Yeah, so if you're driving a 2018, you probably have Dash, and even if you don't know it, check us out on the multiplayer channel over there. We would appreciate that. If you're listening right now on that channel, hit us up at game_stitch on Twitter and let us know. We appreciate your ear holes in the car. Or wherever you listen to it. You can download it on your phone, too.
You can, too, yes.
If you love the show so much you can't stand it, head over to patreon.com/GameStitch and support it. Support the show. You don't have to. It's always going to be free, but if you want to, it lets us do new and exciting things. And like we spoke of a couple weeks ago, we got some stuff coming for the people who do support us over there. Yeah. Plus, you get access to the newsletter, which is behind-the-scenes stuff, and you know about stuff before other people. So if you're like me and exclusive stuff gets you going, you get a little bit of that. I think that's it. I think that's all of it.
I think you covered it. I think you ran the gamut, so to speak.
I did. So now it's time for the sad story.
Yeah, now you have a sad story.
Yesterday, I went to work. It's a short day for me.
Okay, yeah, that's sad.
And then driving back, Toys R Us has the banner that says going out of business up now. And I was like, before it turns into a madhouse, let me go smell it, see it, feel it one last time. Because, really quickly it's going to become chaos in there.
Yep.
People buying everything because it's $5 off.
As soon as it hits 50%, it's an asylum.
So I said, let me go. Let me, I talked about it. Toys R Us is a big part of my childhood. Let me send it off the right way. You don't want to see it before it gets really sick,
Mm-hmm.
So I pull up, and automatically I'm like, whoa, too many cars in the parking lot. I'm getting a little concerned. There's a sign on the door that says 30% off. And I'm like, it seems fast.
It's
fast to be 30% off.
They probably started at 30, to be honest.
So, I get out, I'm scanning it. They got Jeffrey the giraffe at the front door. They got somebody dressed up as it. And I'm like, that's kind of nice.
It is.
It's kind of, I walk up. There's no children out there. I don't stop to hug him because it seems inappropriate. So I just go into the store.
Unless you're a furry.
Yeah, and then that's your thing. And I immediately realized the 30% was just a marketing tactic. Everything is really just 10% off, except for like 2 things. Because it's up to 30% off. But what it's done is it's already created a madhouse. They've already ruined it for me.
It's a mess in there?
There was 40,000 people in there buying everything that's not nailed down. And I'm like, if you fuckfaces would have done this beforehand, it wouldn't be closing. And it's literally just basically tax-free.
Right.
Tax is pretty much 10% here. Everything's 10% off.
Yeah.
It was pretty much just tax-free, and they were lined up like fighting over stuff.
Because going out of business, people are stupid.
Nothing but deals here.
Right.
I'm like, they're still making profit.
Yeah.
There's enough markup on everything you're buying. They're still making money.
Yeah.
So everything is pretty much 10% with the exception of video game consoles and Legos. So video games themselves are 10% off. Consoles are 5% off. Legos are 5% off. Everything else seems to be... I think some of the tablets and drones and stuff were also only 5%, but everything else was 10%. Like some of the kids' books were 30% off.
Right.
And that aisle looked as if it was their sign that said free. Free to a good home is what that aisle looked like. There was like 2 books left, and they were like had a page ripped out of them laying on the ground.
Yeah. 2 people
like, what happened here?
People fighting over these books.
So I walk through it, and as I walk through it, I'm reminded how special it is to me and also why they're going out of business. They sell a lot of shit that I'm sure no one ever buys.
2 birds, 1 stone. Man, they have way too many bicycles.
Oh, my God. It's not just bikes. It's like 2 full rows of bikes, 1 full row of like scooters, and then both sides a full row of the fucking Power Wheels.
Yeah.
It's like 4 aisles filled up with shit that you ride on.
That's like mega money invested in that.
Yeah.
That whole aisle, if you were to buy all those aisles, it would cost you like $65,000.
Not now, it's 10% off. They're basically giving it away.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it would cost you $58.5.
So, the Power Wheels aisle looked like they were handing out free 20s. And there was only like 5 or 6 cars still left. The other ones were gone already. Now, I don't know if there's more stock in the back or people are buying to put together ones or what, but I'm telling you, it was chaos.
For 10% off, it sounds like it.
And so I walked through, and I felt kind of jaded because I'm like, if you people would have just shopped here, this wouldn't be happening. Like they're handing you a 5 spot and you lining up to get it. So that pissed me off a little bit. None of this is the sad part. I leave, and I'm walking out behind a family. They got little small kids. Mm-hmm. They are supposed to be there, unlike me. And the little boy says, "Can we go see Jeffrey?" And the dad says, "Yeah, we'll go see him because it's probably the last time we're ever going to get to see him." And the little girl gets upset. And like starts to get sad and almost tearing up a little bit. And then as they walk over there, I'm still watching them. He lets her go, and she like runs over and like jumps on Jeffrey. And that part made me sad because I'm like, you know what? As shitty as Toys R Us is, it's still kind of special for some kids.
Yeah.
Like it was for me when I was little. Because I remember being that kid. I remember high-fiving Jeffrey.
Oh, yeah?
Not a hugger, but I remember interacting with that giraffe as it wandered around the store. Probably some sweaty old dude in there.
Probably.
So that made me a little sad. Just the idea that it's already being torn apart and that there are some kids that are going to be sad because you can't hug Amazon the bear.
There you go. That's call us Amazon.
Right. You can't hug Amy.
Amy the bear.
Yeah. So it's just not the same.
We'll have twin bears. We'll have Amy and Zon.
Zon? Yeah. That's not a bad idea.
Twin bear brothers and sister.
Now, yeah, they got brother and sister born same time. And one of them...
One's
I'm gonna go
UPS
with the
driver,
brother.
one's a mailman.
I'm going to go with brother has a distinguishing, birthmark.
Oh, I was just thinking you could do different colors. Amy would be white, and Zahn would be brown.
Immediately questions about what the mother was doing.
No, that's not. No.
Immediately questions about the mama bear.
Not at all. Cabbage Patch Kids were like that.
What about like a grizzly and a black bear? Going white's just too far of a. It's too far of a jump. Yeah, she didn't have a polar bear.
But polar bear.
She had a polar bear and a grizzly bear.
Okay, they can be cousins. They can be cousins.
I won't allow it. I won't allow twin polar bear or grizzly bear.
They can be cousins. They're fraternal.
I think it's just Amy, and she's a girl bear.
Just Amy, the girl bear?
I don't think you need to. Yeah.
UPS driver?
Oh, she works at Amazon.
She's got a hat on that says Amazon with the smile?
Yeah, I'll let that. I like a bear in a hat. I very much like a bear in a hat.
All right. We got it.
Yeah. So that's a hot rumor, is that Amazon is looking into purchasing the Toys R Us buildings. Not Toys R Us.
Ah.
Hot rumor.
For their toys?
No, for the land. Most Toys R Us's are in spots where, let's say an Amazon store popped up, it would be a good location.
Yes, that's true.
So the rumor floating around is that they're interested in the land. Also, a lot of hot rumors out there that they're looking at acquiring additional grocery stores.
I've heard that too. I don't know if that's...
So, a lot of Amazon rumors. When you have $100 billion, start to wonder what you're going to do with all that money.
Yeah, but I don't know that stores is the way to go. I don't know that makes sense.
I'm not against stores. There has to be a reason for it.
Yeah, and I don't think there is right now.
I mean, you're getting shit to me in a day and a half as it is.
Right.
And I don't have to leave to go get it. So what's the incentive in me coming in? I guess instant gratification, which is something I do like.
Yeah, I understand that, but...
I still shop at Best Buy sometimes because I like to go grab it, hold it, and have it right now.
And I love, finding stuff in the wild, as we say.
Yeah.
There's
clearance.
There's nothing better than that.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that. I'm going to get that. But I think as physical stores go away more and more, things like the Give Me a Five that I like to go to, Treasure Store there, I think those are popping up more and more because of that. Because people do still like to find things.
And I think I think if Amazon was going to do something, that would be the thing to do, is something like that. Not just, here's the Amazon
they're selling
store.
that stuff off. Right. They could eliminate those other people and do it.
Right.
But if you've been to this place, nothing about it screams Amazon. That's the problem. Amazon would never just dump everything in a bin and let you fight over it.
Well, yeah, but Amazon could put their own.
But what makes it so special is that everything is... there should be, busted fucking toner and a punctured coconut milk when I'm trying to dig through a bin. That should happen. And absolutely under any circumstances, they would not let that happen.
Right.
There's something trashy in the best kind of way about digging through a bin full of steak knives, old food, and PS4 controllers. There's something special about that. It's kind of like Saw. A little bit. There's consequence every time you stick your hand in the bin. But the outcome is worth it in most cases.
Unlike Saw.
Well, you don't die sometimes in Saw. That's a pretty good outcome, too.
Pretty much everybody dies in Saw.
They still make those? They finally stopped.
No, I think they started release. Didn't they release Jigsaw last year, which was
I don't know,
like a prequel or some shit?
It's like a family documentary on him.
Yeah,
it's Christmases and Thanksgiving.
It's Jigsaw. How Jigsaw became Jigsaw or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, is Jigsaw a person?
Yes, I believe
under
so.
that mask. I don't know my Saw lore.
I don't either. I'm guessing here when I say all of this, but I believe so just from things I've heard and read. I think he was a cancer patient, or his wife died of cancer, or he has cancer.
I mean, if it's not a person, then what would it be? So it's obviously a person.
No, it's a person. And I think he wants other people to appreciate life or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. And the obvious way to get people to understand is
by
to lock them in a room.
Right.
Right.
No, I get it.
Have them reach into a toilet of used syringes to get a key out.
I don't think that was... Obviously. I don't think that was just in the game. I don't think that was in the actual movie.
It was in the game.
It wasn't.
Which I know we spoke about. Yes. There's no consequence, so I'll shove my dick down in there if I need to. It's not really me. It's fine. Now in VR, if it tracked my hands the right way, maybe that would be a different story. Maybe Saw VR. Maybe that's where it's at.
That's where it's at.
That's where it's at. Holler at me, Lionsgate. We'll get something going.
So yeah, I just, it's very possible I completely fabricated that entire Saw lore.
It's fine. No one on here knows.
Oh, you watch the Twitter storm we end up with. This is when it'll go viral, when I was wrong about Saw. Watch.
@game_Stitch. Let Dan know he doesn't know Saw. # you don't know Saw.
That's fine.
Oh, man. So, busy week, but you started playing Far Cry.
I did. Far Cry 5. I did.
The Cinco.
El Cinco?
The Cinco.
The Cinco.
Yeah.
Far Cry 5 is good.
You're liking it so far?
I'm liking it. I like
about 10, 15 hours. Where do you think you're at?
Yeah, probably 15, 18 hours. And I'm not even, I don't think, a quarter of the way done yet.
And you've done it all solo?
I've done the whole thing solo, yes. None of my friends have it on PS4. Well, that's not true, but they're playing.
They're already co-opted.
Co-op. Yeah, they're.
Yeah.
So, I just been going solo, which is fine. I don't mind that. I don't mind solo at all. So, tons.
Now, let me tell you some of the stuff I've heard, and I want you to tell me where you fall on it.
Okay.
First off, the game's getting great ratings everywhere.
Yeah.
One of the things that seems to be pretty prominent in all those, though, is that it's getting those high scores because of gameplay, not because of story.
Honestly, I am not super far into the story yet for all that time I played. So far, the story's intriguing. I think I'd have to see how it played out to be able to judge that better. Right now, I'm not disappointed in the story.
Yeah, the reason I was wondering is because you're such a narrative-driven person, and if it needs gameplay to be great, I wondered where you fell on that. That's something I keep hearing from a lot of people, though, that the opening scene is as good as the story gets, and it loses steam along the way.
The little bit of story I've had so far has held my attention.
But the gameplay, apparently, just amazing.
The gameplay is amazing. There's some side characters and stuff that... There's just some random NPCs that you come up that aren't super interesting. But there's some other side characters that are more prominent, and they are interesting people. So, there is a characterization there of people you can talk to, and that are actually created as characters, not just people walking along that you're speaking to. There are some of those as well, but it's the way the whole game is randomly generated is just so cool. Like I was, just to give you an example, no spoilers here. I was going around to a compound, and I have to take over this compound, and so I go to shoot at a guy, hit him, shoot a guy in the head from up top. And I miss, and I hit a lock on a cage that they were keeping a cougar in. Well, the cougar gets loose and wipes everybody out.
That's not a miss. That's a hit.
Did all my work for me. And I wouldn't even pay attention to the cougar in the cage.
But instead, you look like you meant to do that.
Right. Exactly. And there's just little randomly generated things like that. Like I killed one of the cult leaders and saved a civilian. A civilian went running away and got hit by a car. It's just because the character was supposed to be so scared that he just ran away and boom, which strikes me more realistic to how real life works sometimes.
Yeah,
than,
in
than
a
the other
panic
way
running
around.
from something mode, I could totally be hit by a vehicle. I could see that happening.
So there's all kinds of those little randomly generated things where you'll just be walking around in the world and you'll see an eagle come down and come
Right.
up with a snake. I've done some fishing, do some hunting. I really, really like it. I have played a little bit of the arcade mode as well, not a whole lot. But most of my time has been spent in the single-player story, and I'm really, really enjoying it. It's a game that I'm wanting to play more, that I'm wanting to advance and wanting to go in and do and see what all there is to it.
It still looks really fun. I mean, the same problem I've had since the beginning. I just don't like shooters, first-person shooters. So
Right.
That's the only thing for me that I'm like, I wouldn't enjoy it. I'd have to get it really cheap for me to feel like I got my money's worth out of it because I know I wouldn't play through it, even with co-op. I just can't see me playing through it.
Well, I long ago reconciled that it's the shooter multiplayer that I'm not a fan of.
Right.
I don't mind it as much single player, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's one of the top of my list right now. That and Sea of Thieves, if it ever
So,
fucking update.
Speaking of Sea of Thieves, I set sail upon the open ocean several times this week. I know that you and I weren't able to play together because of an update. I know the first night that I wanted to play, I wasn't able to play because of an update. Same update.
Didn't we play
Yeah, I
Sunday
think
night,
yeah.
though?
This update's 9 gigs. It's a big fatty fat update, and depending on how your internet wants to act and how the Xbox wants to act, it can take a while. Thomas wanted to play. Yeah, Thomas wanted to play one night, and I didn't actually end up getting on that night because of work. But I still think we're going to try to do a stream when there's 3 to 4 of us on there.
Yeah, we just got to get the 3 to 4 of us together. Get your updates in, people.
So I know Garrett wants to play too. He's got the baby Gamestitch out here. So
Yes, he does.
you know, his time's going to be split. I'm sure he can't commit the way that he did before. So with his new responsibility, we'll try to get him in at some point too. But I want to play with everybody and just see what it's like. But I'm still having fun with it. I haven't played it solo anymore. I didn't enjoy that. So everything I've played has just been 2 of us. But we had the other night, so 2 nights we played. The first night we did pirate stuff. Like, we saw ships, we sank ships, we stole their treasure, we sold it.
I think that was Monday night, because you and I played Sunday.
Like full-on dirtbag pirate stuff.
Because then we were on
That's
Tuesday.
why we tried to play together.
And
or maybe it was Tuesday, Wednesday.
You...
Because... Or maybe it was Monday, Tuesday. I remember getting on the PS4 just to see what the store had updated with, but I was going to play Sea of Thieves. And I think that might be the night that mine had to update.
So it was Wednesday?
I think it was Wednesday when you tried to play.
No, it was
So it was
Thursday when I tried. No, it was Friday. It was Friday when I
know.
tried to play. So it was Wednesday when you tried
Sprinkled
to play.
in between all those
play on
days was
Thursday.
Rocket League. But their spring stuff is still going. But yeah, so Sea of Thieves, we had like a pirate night where we did shady pirate things. And it felt okay. I don't like to sink someone's boat because I know it's a pain in the dick. I like even less to steal their treasure. I'm not piratey in that way. But it did feel good to be doing pirate-ass things. Now, an important note. We don't attack anyone who doesn't engage us first.
Yes, that's very important. We only act.
But here's what I'll say in the defense of the people who keep attacking us. We get really close. Like, we get uncomfortably close to the point where I feel like we're forcing them to attack first.
Like getting so close to them, you mean?
Yeah.
Physically,
So,
your ship? Yeah,
one guy
we do.
He was obviously doing a quest. He got a treasure. He got back on the boat with it. Well, we sail like right up to him. He panics. He shoots at us. We're like, all right, you want to play this game? We'll play this game. But we were too close. Like he's just trying to get back with his treasure. It was one guy on a sloop. Like we were too close. So we sank his ship. A shark got him and we stole his treasure. Because that's what happens when you engage us. And we have more people than you. Not always. If you have more people than us or the same, we're probably dead. But we had more than this guy. The other one we found, it was 2 people. We also sank that ship. But they didn't have any treasure.
Oh.
So,
now, the important thing to remember here is once you sink somebody's ship, just leave. Just you've done your duty as a good pirate. Continue sailing the 7 seas. What I don't like are those people who then just keep circling around and waiting for you to respawn and killing you again. You get nothing out of that other than being a fucking
we didn't do that.
dickhead.
We sank 2 separate people. And I mean, it was the first time we chased this guy. He shot at us. It was the 2 people. They shot at us. We shot back. We chased them. They would stop repair. We'd chase them some more. Eventually, we sank their ship. The other one, he never hit us. It was one guy. The more he fixed, the more I shot it. I think Howard jumped off and went over there and climbed up his boat. And he jumped off in the water, and that's where the shark got him. Like, it was a whole thing. Like, that guy got screwed. But
nice.
Right.
April Fools!
He engaged us first. We were close, but we weren't trying to kill you. You got to trust your fellow man.
He panicked.
Yeah, so the next time we played, we focused on doing quests and getting some of the factions a little higher, some of the merchants higher. I think we're like a 14. I'm a 14 on Gold Hoarders. I think I'm 11 now on the Souls, and still only a 3, almost a 4 on the ones that want me to go. The merchants that actually want me to go capture animals. I don't like those quests.
Yeah.
It doesn't tell you where to go. It just gives you a cage and you got to go find a red chicken. I'm like, I don't know. You're selling Island. You got a time limit. I don't like those. So all my XP from them has come from selling like the crates of tea or the TNT barrels. As I go along, and just find those. So we're doing quests. We fill the boat up with stuff. The most loot we've ever had on. We go sell it. Then we find a sunken ship. Again, fill it up, tons of stuff, and go back and sell it. So it's a super productive night money wise. But I think we only did 3 or 4 quests total. But lots of money there. I really like that game.
And that was Friday night, the night that I couldn't play because of the.
I really liked that game. It was Howard's birthday. Shout out to him.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was being a baby, I never told him happy birthday, so I'll tell him on here happy birthday. So it.
I only got 6 minutes left.
He was full on diva mode about his birthday.
Yeah, he was. He was.
So
definitely.
It. I really like that game. They've got to, I've talked about it, but they've got to keep stuff. They've got to add stuff, and that's going to roll us into our first news story, but. They have to make that game something that's going to keep my attention because it's still fun with people. But
Are you already starting to see it?
A little bit. I mean, I do want to get stuff. So we got new quests. They're starting to get a little more piratey. Look for the 3 tentacles and then go 6 paces to the left. There's not an X anymore on the map. I'm feeling pretty good about that. I'm liking that a little bit. That feels a little more piratey. In a good kind of way. So I'm not checked out yet, but I lose a little bit every day.
I can see that.
But it's
I can see how that's happening.
I'm still okay with it. Like, I still wouldn't regret it if I paid $60 for it. Like, I'm still fine. I still like that game.
Yeah, they need to keep it fresh. And they need to do it consistently and over short periods of time.
And I think we'll be okay. I think they're going to. Because our first story this week is that it is Nintendo. Jesus, I had one job.
Wow.
It is Microsoft's fastest selling new IP on the Xbox One.
Go Sea of Thieves, yay! Now, to be fair,
It had the competition of two.
They haven't
right?
had an original IP in quite a while, so
It's like
would it beat out Halo and
those aren't
Gears
even
4,
new
maybe?
IP.
Oh no,
I think it's like Sunset Overdrive and Sea of Thieves, and that's not even first party.
yeah.
I don't know what it
Could
beat.
be. I can't remember, but
Let me see if. Yeah, this story doesn't say. I don't know that it beat anything. I don't know that it's not the only new IP on the Xbox One. I mean, it'd be like even Zoo Tycoon's not new. It'd be like Rise.
no.
Yeah, Son of Rome.
or
Yeah,
Son of
it
Rome,
beat
whatever.
Rise. Anyways, it's been out a week. It topped the charts in Europe. It has exceeded 1 million copies. But where it gets a little sketchy, it doesn't mean that it's top 2 million copies. They're saying it sold 1 million copies, I think. So that means there's also about 1 million people coming over from Games Pass.
Right.
So that's, look at success however you want it. I do believe the plan the whole time was to make Games Pass a success.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is Microsoft has evolved with both of these. So for Microsoft, it's win-win.
More than 500,000 new Xbox Live friendships have been forged, and over 400,000 players have joined an Xbox club to find pirates to share stories with.
That would not be me. I'm
Yeah,
not
me
part
either.
of that number.
I actually, since getting back on my Xbox, have deleted people off my friends list. Yeah, people that
You
haven't played
have?
in forever. So I am the opposite of these people, but I think Sea of Thieves is the right game for something like Games Pass.
I do too. I think whoever was behind the idea to let's make all our new IPs come out on Games Pass with the start of Sea of Thieves. I think that guy deserves a raise.
Phil Spencer, I think he already got one.
Not only does it make Sea of Thieves more attractive and its numbers better, it does the same thing for Games Pass.
Yeah. So
Microsoft wins.
we keep talking
all the way
about
around.
updates. They did roll out their first update, but because the game has lots of issues, nothing new. We're just fixing problems. Some of the things that were fixed. The Black Dog pre-order pack now is correctly working. So it appears you can actually get your stuff from that. Characters should no longer lose details such as hair color and scars when digging up chest. There's no longer a chance that it will be impossible to pick up, which sounds like a real pain in the dick. Never had that happen. But I would have got super
I haven't
upset
had
if
any
that
of these
happened.
happen. I haven't had any of those
Players
happen.
will no longer, and this one happened to me, be missing items and weapons when loading in the game. I had this happen with weapons. Also, it still has the
times,
issue.
I think.
So for pre-ordering for buying the controller, it comes with the Ferryman's pack, which is weapon skins
Yes.
and a full outfit. When I change to those weapons, it's still like 20 times a night changes me back to the factory weapons. Yeah.
Really?
Like, it just puts me back to the two regular ones instead of the ones I had selected. So that part's still jacked up. But they don't disappear like they used to. Like, they would be totally gone out of my inventory like I had no weapons. I couldn't even defend myself, right?
I remember that.
Weapons, clothing, and ship cosmetic changes made after migrating servers will now be persistent across all sessions. Not true. Players will now correctly see other player titles. Snakes now behave correctly, turning to actually face the player when agitated. Because they would spit venom on you from the back.
I
somehow.
like them the old way.
Animal and skeleton movement around slopes has been improved. The game will no longer enter an unresponsive state after accepting game invitation whilst matchmaking. Merchant Alliance notifications for handing in various items have been corrected. Lighting has been tweaked to improve performance on multiple islands and outposts. Sound, which persists after being killed by multiple explosive barrels, has been fixed. Seagulls now fly over floating barrels and sunken ships, we learned. So that's a cool way to spot those and make life easier. Players can no longer be held by a seemingly invisible Kraken tentacle, which actually sounds okay, and fix a range of potential game crashes. They also added some performance improvements that I'm not going to read through, specifically targeting 4K native resolution on Xbox One X. Some known issues, though, that they're looking at fixing. Player golden reputation can be delayed. It's better. It is still delayed, though. And I think part of my criticism there is because it's instant in every game you play. You complete it.
Right.
You sell it. You get it. It's delayed here. And the more you do, the longer you play, the more it seems to start getting delayed. When you turn stuff in at first, it's pretty instant. By the time we finish at night, there might be a couple minutes before you see it. So,
yeah, over time, it seems to get... The longer you play, the longer the stretch of time becomes for whatever reason.
Bounty quest skeletons sometimes do not spawn and cannot be found. Joining a player whose ship is parked in an active skeleton fort will prevent the joining the player's radial menu being open. That would piss me off, too. I haven't had that. Hunter of the Cursed Cruise commendation is not updating. Those are some known issues. They're working on it. The thing is, because they're working on all these issues, you're not going to get anything new. All the focus right now is on people being able to join, it not crashing, and you getting XP for quest.
So. Right. See, I haven't popped a single achievement in this game.
So that was fixed. They did pause those. Now here's where me and Rare have some issues. In the video that they posted by Joe Nedet, something like that, Net8 Joseph, the game's executive producer. Maybe that's not who's in there. I don't know. Some dudes are in there. It's at least one of the game directors. They post a video. It's like 15 minutes long, and all they do is go over what's coming in the patch, how it's going to fix things. The problem is they said, hey, we had to disable achievements because it was making people's games crash, but all the data should be stored. You'll pop those whenever we go active with them again. Not true. Because they went active with them again, and I didn't pop anything, but I started to earn them as I did them. And some of them were for stuff that you did. Like, I got an achievement for voting and completing a quest. Something we've done 50, 60 times now, so I know that it works.
Right. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when I turn it on, because I popped
You haven't even
trophies.
received the one for the banana.
0 achievements. No, I didn't even receive one for eating a banana, and I can guarantee you I have.
I did. I mean, we racked up the other night. We probably got 6 or 7 achievements, but it's like all of them for stuff that we already had done. So,
right.
Not true. I didn't get those. You didn't store them anywhere and then give them to me later. Bullshit, Joe.
Needy.
Bullshit.
Joseph Needy.
Let's move on. That's our Sea of Thieves update. I just feel like it's
good stuff.
It's a game we spend a lot of time with. I didn't want to just check out and stop talking about it because I don't want people to, on Games Pass to say, "Oh, it's the same game" and leave. They're working on it. They're actually very.
And it's great. It's one of the best party games.
If you watch the video,
they're
actually very humbled by the response, and they also look very stressed and overworked by the response. So. It seems very heartfelt and very important to them to get this game right.
Yeah, they definitely look a little sickly. Like they haven't slept in a while. Kind of like me.
Let's move on to some happier news, and I guess that news is not unhappy, but I mean, still no parrots, I guess, is the main takeaway.
Yeah. No parrots, no monkeys.
PS4, free games for PS Plus for April 2018. Starting on PS4, Mad Max and Trackmania Turbo. So, not bad there. Mad Max obviously been out for a while. I still think it's a cool game to give people. Trackmania Turbo is one that I've wanted for a while because it's got a VR component. Also,
why do I feel like this has been on before?
I mean, maybe I don't know.
No?
Trackmania definitely has never been on.
Man, I feel like maybe it was on...
PS3 is getting In Space We Brawl and Toy Home, and Vita is getting 99 Vitas. And Qbert Rebooted, which is crossplay on all platforms. So you can play Qbert Rebooted on PS4, PS3 also. I think the PS4 lineup there is fairly strong. I think Mad Max and Trackmania is a decent...
It's a big pull.
But like the previous month where Sony demolished Xbox, I think Xbox demolishes Sony this month. So we'll roll into the free games for Games with Gold April 2018.
For the Xbox One, we've got The Witness and Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
I think so.
Big wins right there for
I'm
the
sure there are
Xbox
people
One.
out there saying, "Oh, Mad Max is just as old as Assassin's Creed Syndicate." I think so, but I think it's a bigger title.
Yep, and I think it's more well known. There's a certain air of decency about it as opposed to Mad Max. Mad Max was this rough and scrumble game that came in that got decent reviews.
And The Witness, I mean,
yeah, I mean,
is The Witness. So Trackmania was on sale for $12, I think, in the last flash sale. Not that that's not. I mean, it's a $30 game, or whatever. But The Witness is like, I've never seen The Witness cheaper than $25. And
no, me either.
I'm excited.
But
I'm gonna play it.
Gonna be free.
Yeah,
you gonna play it now? I don't know if I might because it's free. And then for the Xbox 360, both of these, should be noted, are playable on Xbox One. Is Cars 2 and Dead Space 2. So, Dead Space 2 is a good game, but
I think Cars 2 is okay too. I've actually heard
pretty old.
I've heard it's fun.
No, I don't know anything about Cars 2, but Dead Space 2 I can speak to, and it's good and fun. And creepy.
It's a good month to get free games on either platform, but I think the real winner here, if we had to pick one, would be Microsoft.
So, yeah.
Get ready. It's coming. I think Microsoft's might already be up.
Yeah, they might.
Yeah, I think The Witness may already be there. I think it actually popped yesterday. So check it out if you got it. Remember, Sony's won't update till Tuesday. If you're listening on Monday, tomorrow. Also, Microsoft does stupid dates, so pay attention. Let's talk game releases for April. This is something we've been doing. Some of you have reached out to me. You like this, so we'll try to keep it going at the beginning of each month. We'll tell you what's coming out. Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire for PC is April 3rd. Extinction, PS4, Xbox One, and PC, April 10th. Yakuza 6, The Song of Life, PS4, April 17th. Total War Saga, Thrones of Britannia, PC, April 19th. God of War for PS4, April 20th. Nintendo Labo Variety Kit and Robot Kit, April 20th. Adventure Time Pirates of the Echo Raiden, PS4, Xbox One, PC, Switch, April 24th. And South Park, The Fractured Butthole for the Switch on April 24th also. Sure does look like everything got out of the way of April.
Yes, it does. There's not a lot being released in April, but everything that's being released has some sort of pedigree.
I will say, most of big corporate industry, their fiscal year's in March. So yes. Some of that is a product of this as being a brand new year. So you don't typically see games in April, but also you have to assume things are trying to get out of the way of Labo and God of War.
Yeah, I mean those are, and even most of these other games, they come with some sort of lineage behind most of these, to them already. Or there's huge word of mouth. I know Extinction's getting huge word of mouth. I don't know that I'm interested in it.
Yakuza's got like a cult following. People love Yakuza.
Oh yeah, people love Yakuza.
Total War obviously has its place.
Yep.
And then God of War, Labo, Adventure Time.
Adventure Time is huge for some people. Again, it's got that kind of cult
Fractured
following.
Butthole coming to Switch is actually kind of a big deal, I think.
I think it's a huge
Pillars
deal.
of Eternity 2, people liking a whole lot too. So It is a solid month, but it is a light month. But I still think you're seeing people try to get away from the middle of that month. Here's a story I never thought I'd read.
Hell yeah.
That touches a special place in my heart.
Go ahead and read the story, and then I'll ask my question.
No Man's Sky is coming to Xbox One. And a huge update is coming along with it. So, developer Hello Games announced the Xbox One will be getting No Man's Sky at some point in 2018. And there's also a huge update that's coming day and date with it for PS4 and PC. I'm not saying that the update will be on the Xbox disc. I'm saying whenever it comes, it'll come to all of those. So the Xbox One version will have all previous expansions, the Foundation, the Pathfinder, and the Atlas Rises, which those were all free on PS4 and PC. They will be pre-installed. It is 4K HDR. They didn't give any other details on that. The new update is called Next. That's it. Next. No details given on that, but they do say it will be the biggest update to ever hit No Man's Sky, which is crazy because it's had some massive updates.
It's got some big ones. That's right.
I really appreciate Hello Games right here, because this is a game by most accounts that totally failed.
By most should be dead at this point. It
was overhyped, overpromised, underdelivered. And I think their studio floated wild. Like everything that could go wrong went wrong.
Went wrong. Yep, I agree.
People left in mass, in droves. People told them to disappear, change their name, make another Joe Danger game. Yet they've continued to update a game that my guess is that not many people play to make it closer to what they promised. And now they're releasing it on another fucking console.
Yeah.
I kind of appreciate what they're doing here.
Hey, listen, they have a vision, and they want to meet that vision. And when they don't meet it, they want to make it right. You can't complain about that. You can complain that it wasn't right in the first place, that it didn't deliver what they promised. Yes, that's probably a fair complaint. We talked about it. We still had fun with it, and we're not totally on board with that.
I'm not done with it. I know I say that all the time.
I know, I'm not either. I refuse to delete it.
Maybe I'll wait till this next update hits. Maybe that's the jumping off point for me.
So yeah, this is a big deal because by all accounts, this game should have ceased to exist probably a year ago.
Yeah.
Maybe more. It should have just been left to the wind to die. And it wasn't. Apparently, it's a lot closer to what the original vision was. And not only that, but now, fuck you, we're also going to release it for another console.
So as time has gone on, it would appear that, at least critically, people have softened a bit on No Man's Sky. Like listening to podcasts and reading stories, the verbiage seems to have changed to, that game wasn't that bad.
Well, it's a funny thing you say that because I actually read an article this week by I believe, I could be wrong here, but I believe it was a contributor at Polygon. How The Order 1886 was a great game.
Things go full circle. And I think given time to get away from what was promised and the hype, I think No Man's Sky is not that bad. And a lot of the updates have even better.
Made it even better.
A lot of the, especially some of your mainstream personalities over the last week on reading the story have made the statement, like, I think it's time to go back to No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Like, so not only do I want to give Hello Games credit, I also think they're right. I think they're right for not giving up on it because I think there's something special there, and hopefully they have found it.
Well, not just that, but you have to respect the principles of them to keep walking.
Look, they made
forward.
A shit ton of money.
You know, They've proven dedication. They've proven they're principled players in this game.
It didn't matter that it failed. They made a shit ton of money. They sold a ton of these. It would have been very easy to say,
called it a debt.
Now we're not Hello Games. We're Goodbye Games, and we're a new company with all this money, and we're making, Ricky Danger. It's totally different. Like, we're not Hello Games. But they didn't do that, and every month that they work on it now, they're not selling No Man's Sky. So they're eating up all the money they made to get their vision right and to make right by the people who play those games. And no matter how you feel about them or the game, you should respect the fact that they're doing that.
I agree with that. On a side note that's related, that's actually not part of the news, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is also coming to Xbox One. Sometime this year, I do believe.
Maybe they should do a double pack, even though they're totally different studios. One game was really good
Probably
when it came out. One had a lot of issues. Double pack.
So that's look for that in
Indie
2018
game DP.
as well. They probably won't be that way. They probably won't be packaged together. Ryan's got this vision in his head, but it's probably not going that way.
I want more DPs.
I understand.
More double packs. I want them everywhere. Throw two games together, put them on disc. Especially two games that weren't necessarily going to come to physical. I love the idea of two smaller games coming in one package. One big package.
Yeah, and I don't know that it's going to become either of them physical with Xbox.
No Man's Sky
come over to
has
the Xbox
cover art. They released box art for it. I don't know about Hellblade.
I have to believe that Hellblade won't.
Hellblade didn't even get a physical release for PS. Yeah, it'll be digital.
I think that's part of why they're able to give it to you cheaper. There's no manufacturing.
Red Faction Guerrilla. Remember that? Fully destructible everything. It's being remastered in 4K. It's coming to a console near you.
Yeah, listen, if you like breaking shit, this is the game for you. I played through that game, and I really enjoyed that game, but that game got repetitive.
THQ Nordic has announced a remastered version of the 2009 action game Red Faction Guerrilla. It's coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One, and it will be out in Q2 of this year. Now, I've got one major hang-up with this.
You do?
It's called the Remastered Edition.
Mastered? Yeah, that's a horrible
It's not even a good dad joke. Okay, THQ?
No.
You're showing that you're THQ Nordic and not THQ.
Yeah.
Because the toy headquarters would never make that bad of a pun.
Yeah, that's a horrible pun when I first read that, I just was groaning.
So it takes place on Mars.
Really, guys?
It's called the
Remastered
Edition. Which, if you're in your car right now, say it along with us. Remastered, not fun to say. The mouth doesn't like saying remastered. Not. It sounds like you're having issues. Like you shot yourself with a tranq dart. You're like remastered. That's what it sounds like.
Right.
It's not good. Okay, THQ Nordic. It's not good.
Remastered.
Anyways, if you're a Red Faction fan or you
fuck that up.
Go watch some video of it. The destruction was truly unique at the time. I'm not sure how that game will be now, but by all accounts, Burnout Paradise is still fantastic. So maybe Red Faction Guerrilla will also be.
Yes, particularly the remastered edition. Not to be confused with a mouse turd. Which is what
John
that
Marston?
name is.
That's all I thought. Oh.
No, a mouse turd. That's what
John
I think
Marston?
of too. That's what that you call the red.
Yeah, the remastered.
John Marston.
Marston.
Red Dead Redemption Remastered.
See, for some reason I'll allow that one though. That one's fine. But to force, like, someone there had to come up with the idea, and everyone else had to be like, I love it. And that to me is unacceptable. That a group of people thought this would be okay. Remastered.
Yeah, it does not pass muster, fellas.
But don't worry, because this next story doesn't either. We're getting more details on the Duke Nukem movie, which I'd hoped that we could totally avoid talking about, but I just couldn't anymore. I couldn't. So first they cast
why?
John Cena. I don't like it. I don't like anything about John Cena, but I'm like, I'll let that ride. I still don't care enough to talk about it. Here's where I lost it, though. They did it. Brad Fuller, producers from Andrew, from Brad Fuller. Let me make sure this is. Yeah, Andrew Form and Brad Fuller had a discussion with Cinema Blend about Duke Nukem and the Nukem character. And this is the part where I lost it. You know, having a misogynistic guy in today's world, how do you make that fun and lovable?
You don't, because misogyny is never fun.
And at the same time, he's got to be an incredible badass. So those are things we're struggling with. No shit, Duke Nukem's an asshole. You cast maybe the most likable guy that could sort of look like Duke Nukem that exists. John Cena's not an asshole. John Cena...
No. By all accounts, he's a incredibly nice,
he spends all his time
man.
doing Make-A-Wishes.
Right.
You want him to talk shit about women while he's in a strip club? No, you want him to be lovable. That's fine, except for Duke fucking Nukem is not lovable.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to reconcile those two. He's not supposed to. He's supposed to.
So what
be
I've
an
learned
asshole.
about this movie is it's just Rampage. It's just a movie that you attach a video game name to, but then make the movie you wanted to make anyways.
Right.
Because Rampage has shit to do with the game. It's just a rock shooting a fucking wolf with wings.
It has giant.
That's it. It has
monsters.
giant monsters. They could have called that Giant Monsters featuring The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, even though he doesn't go by The Rock anywhere anymore. No, he doesn't do that
Rock
anymore. That was
Johnson.
only early on in the movie career. No, it's now
At
just
all?
Dwayne Johnson. Big time movie star Dwayne Johnson. 20 mil a movie, Dwayne Johnson.
I don't know. I think you still got to go with The Rock. Not to be confused with The Rock.
Which is a classic, and you should go watch right now.
And I'm having a hard time deciding which one is better.
Yeah, that's tough, because also, while we're talking about good people, The Rock seems like a genuinely good person. He works really hard. He loves his family and his kids. And
he does.
He's like a super inspirational dude on Twitter and stuff.
Yep.
But The Rock with Nick Cage and Sean Connery, a fucking classic. Yeah,
and Ed
fucking
Harris
classic.
is a classic.
One of the best acting pieces Nick Cage has ever done. Sir Nick Cage has ever done.
He's do not
I just
serve
knighted
him.
I love him.
You know what one of my favorite Nick Cage movies is? Is Drive Angry.
Face Off. A lot of people go with Face Off.
I know I like Face Off
too. The Rock,
too,
Face Off, Con Air. I mean, the guy was on a roll. Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah, those there were kind of his.
You know which one I like that people hated was Next with Jessica Biel.
Next was okay. Jessica Biel and Julianne Moore.
Yeah,
in it, I think.
I thought that movie was okay.
That one wasn't too bad.
Matchstick
Not my
Man.
favorite.
Remember that one? You ever see that one?
That's the one where he's the con man who finds out he has a daughter?
I think that movie's okay too.
Yeah, there was a run there where he did okay, and now he's in whatever will pay him money.
The Basket Weave Man. What's that thing called?
Oh,
the Wicker Man.
The Wicker
Man.
Man.
I was way off.
Was horrible.
The Basket Weave Man's not as good a name.
It was big in the 70s, but it didn't translate
the Secret
well.
Window. Did you like that one?
To the 2000s.
Oh, was that Johnny
That wasn't
Depp?
Nicolas Cage.
Was
It was
Nick Cage
Johnny
in
Depp.
it? He should have been.
No.
It would have been better.
No, Drive Angry is one of my favorite
Ghost Rider?
movies of his. I don't mind the first Ghost Rider. The second one is bug nuts out there. Don't know what's going on. And Drive Angry actually should have been the real Ghost Rider sequel.
Nick Cage.
And now he's in some movie I saw on PlayStation with Selma Blair, where the Earth goes through a comet and causes the parents to become murderous towards their
This
children.
sounds just like a Nick Cage movie. He probably wrote and directed on that thing.
Exactly.
National Treasure, a lot of people shit on now, but those were good movies. Those were fun.
They were
Take
fun
the whole
popcorn
family to
entertainment.
them.
They were not good movies. They were not good movies, but they were wholesome.
They were like
family
PG,
fun entertainment.
like Indiana Jones History Channel type things.
You know, it's just like Justice League wasn't a good movie, but it was like the comic books on screen, and it was fun. That's what movies need to do. That's what National Treasures.
Yeah, they just kept going with those too.
You know, they were a low rent Raiders of the
they're
Lost
like a
Ark,
PG, like modern day Indiana Jones meets like we're gonna roll some history in here too.
Right. Teach you a thing or two.
I'm down with National Treasures. I'm down with Nick Cage too. Every now and then I see him on like a story, and he'll just have like a fucking blue suit on or something, like a bright ass blue, not like the blue that people wear, with like a cheetah print shirt underneath. I'm like, man, Nick Cage, you are nuts, and I appreciate about that.
He is, he is bug nuts crazy. Yeah. There's no doubt about it. And the older he gets, the worse.
Yeah, because your give a damn goes away.
100%.
You got money, and your give a damn goes away, and that's a messy relationship when those two things happen.
I feel like now he's doing movies for like $20,000.
Like you could probably get him in a birthday party if you tried hard enough.
That's what I think.
And it's not a money issue either. I got to think he's got money.
No, it's just because he's not being offered good roles.
Because he's almost become like a joke.
He's become
like
a
he's almost the
himself.
Nickelback of acting.
Yeah.
Both of which I love.
That is an excellent...
Like, people love to make Nick Cage jokes.
Yeah, an excellent comparison.
Because I think they forget about all the gems that he made.
The guy's got an Oscar, too.
And some amazing actors still don't. So suck it, everybody.
Oh, right.
Suck it.
Right. Yeah, I don't know that Nick Cage deserved that
I'm fine
Oscar.
with him having it.
He got it.
And if you go way back in his career, there was a time where Nick Cage was like a serious actor. Like, I don't know what happened.
Oh, like when he did, Peggy Sue Got Married, Moonstruck.
And Raising Arizona.
Yeah. Oh, that's
like a legit actor.
That's one of my favorite Nick Cage movies. Yeah, he was like a real actor before
he became Nick Cage. And I'll just tell you, I love the new one. I love the Nick Cage of today better.
I like all the versions.
It wouldn't be a podcast if we didn't talk about Fortnite.
That's true.
And I only put this on here because I thought it was funny, and so I could put Fortnite in the tags of the podcast. Epic has announced a dance contest for Fortnite, which sounds ridiculous and stupid, except for the grand prize winner will get their dance featured in Battle Royale as an emote. It's called #BoogieToWin, and it's active now through April 10th. To enter your video, you got to record a video of you, yourself, a group, whatever you got, performing an original dance. You submit it on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram using that hashtag, #BoogieDown. And it must fit the playful personality of Fortnite. Now here, I don't like that line. Because I also think like a super serious dance would be funny too. Like it doesn't have to be playful. Like I almost think a serious dance would be good.
It
says it must fit the playful personality of Fortnite.
So by serious dance, I mean,
he
are you
busted
talking
into some ballroom, like some waltz by himself? That would also be funny to me.
Gotcha.
There's a trailer on YouTube and on Epic's website where you can find all the rules. Also, the winner, in addition to getting the real life emote in game, will get 10,000 V-Bucks, which is a shit ton of V-Bucks, a disco themed cosmetics, and an exclusive in real life Boogie Bomb. There will be 100 winners in total. You can read the full breakdown of prizes on their website. I don't know what a Boogie Bomb is.
And who doesn't want a Boogie Bomb?
How big it is. I don't have
it depends on what it is.
Big giant ass Boogie Bomb. Have to put it in the front yard and weed eat around it? No thanks. No thanks, Epic. But if you want to put the Charleston in, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
The Charleston.
But you can't because it's got to be a original dance.
Oh.
I want people on their sea walking all over Twitter trying to get in the boogie down, boogie nights, boogie down, hashtag boogie down. Not boogie nights, that's different. Don't use that one. That's it for our news. Fortnite. Episode 272, Fortnite. Battle Royale. Just trying to get views, man. Clickbait.
We're just going to call the title of all the rest of our podcast.
Just trying to get clickbait. You won't believe what's happened with Fortnite, episode 272. Epic shutting Fortnite down, episode 273.
Oh, wow. That's a good idea to notice.
The clickbait is the rage. Yeah.
Possibly sued.
Yeah. You won't believe what she did playing Fortnite. Yeah.
Turns out she won.
Nothing happened. That's what its sponsored ads look like, though, whenever you're scrolling through a real place.
Oh, yeah. How about those clickbait ads where they're like, look what these 20 people from the 80s look like now. And they show you a picture of one, you're like,
two different fucking people.
And you scroll through, that person never shows up.
They'll show you two fucking people, like it's a picture of one and then like a picture of like some dude at Walmart. It's not even that guy.
Right.
Or, you won't believe what this 11-year-old boy found in a cave behind his house.
It's like,
yeah, I'm like, but I need to know what he found.
What?
Like, I kind of need to know that he found a 20-year-old can opener.
Right.
Or, you won't believe the new laws in Tennessee. Those are everywhere.
Yeah. Right. New driving laws in New York.
The trick that Tennessee doesn't want, the Tennessee police don't want you to know. I'm like, okay.
I got that one too. Only it's for New York. Only it's for New York.
Yep. Clickbait. Fortnite 2, episode 274.
I don't care.
Yeah. That's it for the news. Now it's time for my newest, oldest, favorite, bestest of friends segment. Gone but not forgotten, where we reach back in our gaming past. We tell you all about something we love in hopes that you'll find it on YouTube, or if you have it, dust it off and play it again, and let us know about your experience. This week it's Dan's turn.
It's my turn. And I'm going with one of the better Donkey Kong clones out there. Partially because when I was a young child at this point, I used to love watching these cartoons. So I'm going with the ColecoVision non-classic, Popeye. Popeye was it also came out eventually for the Atari 2600. I believe it was originally actually in arcades. ColecoVision was the first it was released for. It eventually came out for the NES and some of the computer systems that were around for that time. Like I said, Popeye was essentially a Donkey Kong clone. You had to save olive oil. The trick to this was that you were not able to jump, you could only punch. However, you had one enemy, you could not punch him. You had to make him weak by punching the things that he threw at you, eating your spinach, catching the hearts and such that olive oil tossed to you while you were trying to catch her. The biggest thing about this game is that it looked phenomenal. For its time. It looks like shit now. I'm not going to lie. But for its time, it was a phenomenal looking game. The gameplay was tried but true, what you're used to. If you play Donkey Kong, you know Popeye. It just brought a little bit of a different aesthetic to it in the gameplay as far as the punching.
Now you're talking old Donkey Kong. For people who are like, this doesn't sound like Donkey Kong. He's talking like OG Donkey Kong.
Mm-hmm. OG Donkey Kong.
Not like the Donkey Kongs that the tweens and the millennials have come to love.
No. Yeah, this is before Mario was even a thing. All he was you're a plumber trying to save the princess. And that was it. So it was actually developed by Nintendo, but didn't actually come out for the NES. It was developed by Nintendo as a game prior to the NES coming out, and believe it or not, Shigeru Miyamoto was one of the designers on Popeye.
Popeye?
So there's
Where
the
do
name
you come
that we all
down on
know.
canned spinach?
No. But I was a Popeye fan. The game came out in 83, so I think 81, possibly 80. 80 or 81, the Popeye movie came out with Robin Williams. Popeye and Bugs Bunny were like before were the cartoons that you watched. Those were the big ones. Warner Brothers cartoons, Looney Tunes cartoons.
They still make Popeye canned spinach, I think. Which is
they
genius.
They do still make Popeye canned spinach.
It's so good. Now, would that fly today if Ubisoft or Activision came out with a new, let's say, platformer? No, platformer.
Popeye game?
But his health came totally from Velveeta shells and cheese. Like, would that fly?
You know what? Who's to decide what gives you health?
It's like an obvious, like there's a new candy bar, and that's the only thing he can eat to get better. Like, would that fly now like it did?
Now you're talking gross product placement.
Well, the Popeye spinach is kind of that.
But the spinach was a thing. Popeye eating the spinach was a thing.
Right, but it
before
all was
Popeye
like a gross,
spinach.
like spinach industry thing. The spinach industry needed some love.
No, the Popeye's
yeah,
been
people.
around
The
since
spinach
the 30s.
industry needed some love.
And Popeye spinach
right, but spinach industry
come around
in general,
until like the 70s. Because believe it or not, Popeye really didn't get popular until
so what
the
if
70s.
it's so if you don't
80s.
like the full on Brandon, what if he just has to eat cheese to get better?
That's fine. I don't care what he eats. I don't even mind the branding part. I'm just saying it's a little gross because it's so
like because a game like Yo Noid or Cool
so
Spot
prevalent.
doesn't have a place today.
No. But I don't know that there's a lot of places that really have mascots like that anymore. That have that kind. I mean, there was a Max Headroom game. And
yeah,
it
Toys R Us. You're killing off Jeffrey. Yeah,
But Max Headroom was huge.
Yeah, I just wonder if
for Coke,
if it has a place now.
I don't know. I feel like mascots, corporate mascots.
I want to bring those back. I miss those
much anymore. You don't see too much. Most now it's all about how everything can help you. But I mean, when's the last time you saw a Toys R Us commercial? You know,
but how good would it be for like during the Super Bowl for Domino's to bring the Noid back? For people
amazing.
Our age, we'd be like, "Oh shit!"
I'm going to get Domino's. I don't even fucking like it.
Kids would be like, "What is that?"
The Noid Spot.
Oh man, 7-Up could do two things for me. They can bring back the Spot. Like if I was to see a 7-Up ad and that Spot jumps right off and starts talking to me. They could also make 7-Up yours again. Like, I'm ready for that to come back, too. Remember how much that was the thing?
Yeah.
Make 7-Up yours.
Yeah.
I'm ready for that to come back. The California Raisins are still around. Yeah, I don't think they do TV spots, but they're still around.
Huh.
I'd like to see those come back a little harder.
I don't know. I'm not really a raisin guy, but we do. I do agree. We need more mascots. So yeah,
like if you want to throw eyes and some legs on avocado, Mexico, I'm cool with that.
Oh, that could be.
I think it'd be good. Also, an avocado platformer. Just thinking that sounds okay. Also, well, your main character is an avocado.
No, I
don't understand what you're missing.
Okay, that's fair. We'll leave it at that. I'm not going any further into it. It's fine. Okay. No, the pick should be the nose.
Though. We'll have to do some focus groups, but I think avocado platformers got a real place.
Okay. You're gonna have
Holy
to find another partner
Guacamole.
on this idea.
Listen, Holy Guacamole, an incredible avocado adventure will be the name of it.
Yeah, you're gonna get sued by Holy Guacamole.
No, it's not called Holy Guacamole. It's just Guacamole.
Holy
Guacamole.
I know what it's called, but it's really, really close.
Holy Guacamole.
It's really
an incredible avocado adventure. And we'll partner with Avocados from Mexico. We'll get them to fund it.
Is that
they'll build it over here. I think it's got a real chance.
You're on your own.
If you saw that game for $2.99, would you not be like, I got to see what this is?
Me
too. I don't even eat them.
So no.
But wouldn't you need to see what that game was?
No, I didn't need to see what I Am Bread was.
I Am Bread's good. If you're telling me I could make I Am Bread, then I'm down. I think that worked opposite of how you thought it would.
I'm not telling you anything. You
Holy
can make
guacamole.
Whatever you want to. I'm just not
an incredible avocado
walk
adventure.
side by side with you on this idea.
Get at me, avocado industry.
I would have no passion for that game because I absolutely.
But you have a passion for video games.
But not for avocado.
It needs a good
games.
story. Don't let the avocado go without a good story.
Find somebody.
You're going to regret it.
I'm not writing it.
You're going to regret it. You're going to be like, I wish I had some of that sweet avocado money.
Nope, I'll be fine because I don't want to make.
You don't want to be the guy that's interviewed
that
passed.
You don't
want to be the guy that
would
pass on the avocado adventure.
Sure, I do. You have no idea how much I want to be that guy.
I'm probably calling this episode Holy Guacamole just to get the PR started.
Okay.
I would like to call it the Incredible Avocado Adventure, but that's really long.
Adventure? It is really long, and it's going to show up funky when it's the Incredible Ava.
And it sounds like we're doing a magic trick. Please welcome the Incredible Ava.
Yep. Or
I think it's got promise. It's been a long time since we developed the game. I'm glad we just did.
It has.
Did that one.
If you really need
there we go. We're back. The band's back together. The game's in pre-production. Now it's time for shout-outs. Remember, if you want to shout out, all you have to do is head over to patreon.com. I can't focus now because you came back around on it. It threw me off a little bit. Because you started thinking, you're like, I don't want to.
Well, I got to thinking about he's got no one else to help him.
That's true, too. It's sad but true. If you want to shout out, head over to patreon.com/Gamestitch. Subscribe at the $10 tier, and we'll give you a shout out each and every week on this podcast. If you don't give us one, we'll give one to you. We got 2 shout outs this week. Do we have shout outs? Actual shout outs?
I have
let's use
statements. I don't have actual
we'll
stuff.
pick something
Shout-outs.
from your real life that you said, and we'll use it as your shout out. Okay.
Yes. So today we've got Thomas. Thomas says, if you haven't read Ready Player One, there's a slight possibility you'll be able to bear the movie.
Ooh.
If you read the book, this movie will do nothing but piss you off. 1 star, and it gets 1 star only for how good the visual representation of the world was. So, I was afraid something like this would happen. I was afraid that Spielberg would totally mess with the story, and apparently it seems that's what he's done. That's the other things I've read. I have not seen it yet. I have been putting it off. I was busy with some other things this weekend. I'm probably still going to see it, and I will kind of give what I think about it on one of the future podcasts. But Thomas's shout out is that he was not a fan. It should be noted also that he did read the book. He was not going into a blind. He read the book, and not happy with what Spielberg did with it. So that's Thomas's shout out.
I've heard it's okay on Rotten Tomatoes. It's like 80-something%. But maybe those people are going in as a movie, not as a book.
Yes, it's possible. And it's possible those people are voting on it based on, it looks amazing. I mean, there's people that's all they care about. They don't care about all the other stuff that goes into the movie. Like, it looks great. It's got awesome CG. So, I don't know the ins and outs of it. I have heard that the story has been changed and can be a bit lacking. But obviously the visuals look great. And Thomas attests to that. So That's Thomas's shout out.
You have one for Garrett?
I have one for Garrett. Garrett actually posted a video this week, and
It's a pretty awesome video.
it is an awesome video. And they had the baby, they had little Bruce, and little Bruce has got to listen to Uncle Gamestitch already with their amazing words of advice.
4:05, March 25th, he was born, and while still in the hospital, the podcast is going.
Yep. All three, the entire Wade family was
awesome.
listening.
It's a very cool
Mom, Dad,
video. I
little
think we
Bruce.
retweeted it on our personal and our Gamestitch. But
Yep.
I mean, things like that are why we do this podcast. It was a truly awesome moment. I showed people who don't even know that I do a podcast. Yeah,
I showed people too.
It's super cool, and it means the world to us. So that's awesome.
So those are our shout outs this
Remember, you can get your shout outs. I'm thinking about changing the shout outs a little bit, giving people a different option, but we're going to talk about that because you and I don't even know about it yet. I haven't talked to you about it yet. Right.
I don't know.
I know about it.
You have this idea that you know nothing about?
But it's something that I think could be fun later on. So.
Sure. We can chat.
You'll be down. That's why I'm okay to mention it right
We'll
now.
have discussions.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know that
okay.
you're not going to be like, I'm not really cool with that.
If I'm willing to write a story for a fucking avocado game, there's
Dude,
not
the more I
much
think
I'm
about that
not
game, the
willing
better it
to
sounds.
do.
I'm just going to be real honest with you. I'm not certain that we can't get avocados from Mexico on board. They do some kooky commercials. It seems right up their fucking alley to do a video game tie-in where you play as an avocado. You know, little stick legs too, like Cool Spot.
Almonds.
I love almonds. How's he say it? Almonds. No L, almonds.
No, it's
It's not almonds, it's almonds.
It's like
I love
almonds.
That's a Snickers commercial.
almonds.
It plays a lot during Rocket League, but you should definitely watch
almonds.
it if you haven't seen it. It's for Snickers with almonds. It is so good. I interrupted Rocket League the other night so everybody could watch the almonds commercial. I love almonds.
You did.
My girlfriend has almond dish soap. That's what he said. Almond hand soap.
Almonds.
So
hand soap. Yep.
what makes that commercial great is two things. First, if anyone said almonds, like almonds, you would want to punch them in the throat. And the second is that everyone knows someone who says words wrong, and they use them all the freaking time when they say it wrong. It's like if someone is saying something wrong, they've never wanted to use the word more. And this guy is a perfect example of someone who's saying it wrong and it just can't fucking stop. And I won't ruin the commercial for you, but you have to go find this commercial. Just Snickers almonds, but take the L out of it when you search
Snickers
for
almonds.
Snickers almonds commercial, and it's so good because everyone knows someone like that. Where you're like, you're saying it wrong, you're saying it wrong, you're saying it wrong. That's what you're doing in your head. That's what you're telling yourself. It's so good. Was that commercial worth it? Did I overhype that commercial?
Yeah, a little bit, but it was good. I think it touches you in a very special place, maybe more so than it does others. But
It's
it is
good.
a funny commercial.
The setup's right where I need it to be, and the payoff is there. It's good. All right. Follow us on the social medias. I am at Podcast Ryan. Dan is at Shirtless Dan. And together we are at Game_Stitch. Also, check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/GameStitch. Each and every episode is available over there. Plus, any of our streams that we do are available over there. If you catch us live on there, you hit the little notifications bell after you subscribe, and it'll let you know when we go live. Also, because we're going to be doing some Sea of Thieves, be sure to follow us on twitch.tv/GameStitch too, because we'll be doing that over there. So you got to follow us lots of places so you can keep up with us. If we're over on Twitch, we will archive that on YouTube, so if you miss it live, don't worry about it. It'll still be there. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's all the places you can find us. It's a really complete show.
Happy Easter.
Yeah, happy Easter.
April
Fools. April Fools is the psych of holidays. Which is douchey.
Yeah, it is. Psych is douchey. Do people even use psych anymore?
No, I miss that too. You would like go to like shake someone's hand, they'd be like, "Psych!" And you're like, "All right, well, you're a piece of shit."
I remember.
Even the people around, I feel like the people around the person did that was like, "That guy's a piece of shit."
And that's when you'd give him a Charlie horse, which is
Or
another
just punch
big
him
thing
right in
around
the
the
dick.
same time.
Yeah.
That's called the sack tap.
I'm familiar.
Sack tap.
Or Bangkok. That was popular. Yeah.
Bangkok, yeah.
Yeah.
You ever been to Bangkok?
Yeah, I remember kids running around my school doing the sack tap.
Bangkok. Psych.
The psych was fading out really hard when I was in school.
Yeah, that was
D's
big
nuts,
when I was...
and what's the capital of Thailand? Bangkok. You know, those were really popular in my schools, but D's nuts may be the most popular. Just kids running through the hallway going,
yeah, was super popular.
Nuts. Yeah.
Just for no reason?
It stopped being creative and just started being people yelling D's nuts.
Oh. Yeah, no, it's... There's got to be...
Yeah, because it started as, did you hear who got caught taking a shower together? And they're like, who? And they're like, D's nuts. And then you're like, fuck off.
Yeah.
And then you hit them with a sack tap right after to combo it. But it stopped being about that and just started being about how loud could you yell D's nuts without getting in trouble.
Yeah, that's
or the
stupid.
penis
There's
game
got to
where
be
everyone
that.
says penis increasingly louder than the person before you until someone is in trouble. Yeah, that was
I
a
never
good one.
played that game.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good.
There are no
That one
winners.
doesn't sound like it would
There
hold
just
my
is a
attention.
loser in that game.
Right. And I guess those are the best
Because eventually
games,
at some
but-
point, it's so loud that the next person's like, I'm definitely in trouble, so I'm just going to go for it here. Yeah, pretty much like, penis! And you get up and just head to the front of the classroom because you already know. Whereas at your job, you could probably just scream that. You could probably go to work and scream penis and not be in trouble. Not to
Just for no
someone.
reason?
Don't scream it to someone. But if you went to like...
Right. Because I'm trying to think it through, and I'm like, maybe if I went in the
you
back
could just-
warehouse...
Also,
I don't
probably
think it would
don't
go
do it
over
in the
well standing up in
bathroom
the
either.
showroom.
That's weird.
Oh, yeah. Don't do that.
It's like you're
Because that might
scolding
give things
yourself,
away.
too. Yeah. Penis.
Bad penis. Bad.
All right. This has been episode 272 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. Join us next week and on the avocado adventure. Holy guacamole.
Holy guacamole.
The incredible avocado adventure. I'm telling you, it's got gusto. Yeah.
It's got something.
It was going to be episode 272, Epic cancels Fortnite, but now I'm going to go with the avocado thing, and I'm bypass the clickbait. Holy guacamole.
Fair enough.
Thanks for joining us. Remember, we'll be back same week, same time. Different week.
Different week. No, it's going to be
Same
a different
place,
week.
same time. Maybe the same week even. Maybe we'll Groundhog Day it up.
No, it'll
April
be a
Fools.
different week.
Different week. Different week. April Fools lets you be wrong because you can just act like it's on purpose. April Fools, just kidding. Different week. It won't be Easter next week. It won't be April Fools next week. But we'll still be a
true.
podcast.
Same time, same place, different week.
It depends where you live. That's how time works, right?
No, a week is a week. It doesn't matter. 7 days is 7 days, whether... I don't even know what your thought process is on this.
Good night. You're not going to tell them bye?
Good night.
You hate them. You
I'm
hate the
trying to
listeners.
stop laughing for so...
No goodbye for you.
Good night.